This report is very alarming for T-Mobile, so make sure you guys stay tuned for this one. This is going to be a good video with some good information. Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Tyrone back with Tech Life. And here I have a great article for you guys from Ookla. This is a great report. We'll have to break this one down in several videos, so make sure you guys stay tuned for all of them. So in this section, this is a bit alarming for T-Mobile. They have to figure this one out. And of course, us on the channel, we can talk about it and we can speculate why this is happening. So I'll go ahead and read this off. In rural locations, I want to really emphasize that. In rural locations where FWA performance lags that of urban locations and where cable providers have less overlap with FWA service, there is more even spread of churn to FWA. Between cable and DSL providers. In addition, we see stronger churn to rival FWA services, with Verizon's FWA service attracting 11.1% of its gross additions from T-Mobile. So I want to attach that again to in rural locations. And T-Mobile recording 2.7% of its gross additions from Verizon FWA users. So this is not a good statistic. 11.1% of T-Mobile's gross additions on FWA are going to Verizon. That is an alarming rate. And we don't know if that's increasing, flat, or going down. That is the unknown at the time of this recording. So that's an alarming rate. And here's where I have an issue with that. Why is this happening? T-Mobile is already at 300 million pops with 2.5. And across that footprint, a good chunk of it, they're about to get more bandwidth and get faster with Auction 108. So why is this happening? Well, we can speculate. Verizon has the better fiber assets in some of these areas. They have the better tower grid in those areas. And they already have 200 megahertz of C-band in those areas deployed. You know, that's the argument we can make. And the numbers prove it. Verizon's only losing about 2% to T-Mobile. T-Mobile is losing 11.1% to Verizon. That's a huge difference. I was actually shocked when I read this. I was like, wait a minute. You know, the members got an update last night. So I kind of have I have an understanding of where Verizon is today on the C-band deployment, pop-wise. So I'm like, okay, Verizon is ramping up, but they're still not, at least not yet, close to the 300 million pops. But yet already in the areas where they are competing that are rural, they're taking 11.1% of customers from T-Mobile, from the FWA. So that's a very shocking and interesting statistic to break down that we can further look at in the future. Like I said, we'll have to break this down in several different videos. But again, they're creating competition. Cable DSL, I think they're screwed. I don't think they're done, but they're screwed because there is some evidence that FWA has not slowed down, but in a lot of these parts, they still can't match the performance of what cable's putting out. But still, at the median, I think it was like 120 that FWA is putting out, they're still taking a bulk of the customers. So that means the customer is looking for cheaper cost. I wouldn't even put technology versus technology anymore, performance versus performance. I think that's out the window, especially as we head into 2024, where the economy is possibly going. Pricing now is it's price versus price. You know, and I'll discuss that in that video. It's price versus price. FWA is cheaper, even if you don't bundle with with that wireless provider, even at the $50 price point, which is the highest price point currently that T-Mobile offers, it's still well cheaper than anything that cable offers in terms of price. So this is getting interesting. The focus in this video is on the focus that we're focusing on in this video is why is Verizon taking 11.1% of T-Mobile's gross ads in rural for FWA? That is the main focus. You know, I speculated you guys saw better tower builds, more fiber to sites, 200 megahertz of C-band starting to go up into smaller PEAs, and all of that matters, right? Verizon has better they have a higher NPS score, right? We got to point that out too. T-Mobile keeps talking about they have a higher NPS score versus cable and fiber. While that's true, they never once said that Verizon has a higher NPS score than them. So we have to take that into consideration as well. The NPS score is a factor. Verizon has a higher one. They offer a more consistent experience. The priority level is very similar to mobile. They cap it at 300 megabits. They cap it at 20 on the uplink, 300 for down, 20 for uplink. They allow that to run like an actual ISP home broadband provider. They don't restrict a lot of the optionality that T-Mobile does. T-Mobile restricts open NAT type, port forwarding. All of that is restricted today. Verizon, they allow all of it. So I think those are some of the factors that need to be discussed. It can't go unnoticed because of that huge discrepancy in percentage. You know, if T-Mobile was taking, well, I would say, okay, they're trading blows back and forth, they're competing. No. T-Mobile only records 2.7% of gross ads coming from Verizon. 2.7. Now, again, on this one as well, we don't know if that's flat, going down, going up. That's unknown as well. But that 11.1%, Verizon taking T-Mobile FWA customers in rural, that's very alarming. So I want to hear from you guys. Sign off in the comments. We'll discuss more there. Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe if you're new to the channel. Follow my social media outlets. This is Tyrone with Tech Life, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.